All right, this is the recap for Tuesday, February 3rd. Don't know if you can see that. I ended up taking one break-even trade, and that's it for today. So, yesterday, we ended up kind of coming really close to this sell side inefficiency, you could call it, or just basic sell side liquidity. And I was short term, just going back to what I said yesterday, because of what happened today. I was short-term bullish. We ended up making a SMT at this high yesterday at around 10. So what does that mean? We ended up delivering higher into a buy-side imbalance, making an SMT inside of it. And most of the time when that happens, we will take out opposing liquidity after and then getting buys out of that. But that doesn't always necessarily happen. So you can still be bullish, even though, yeah, there's an SMT here. Yeah, we still have the sell side liquidity that, yesterday I had sent out, like right here. I'm pretty short term bullish at the moment. We came really close to that sell side. And this is what I'm talking about, short term bullish to then be bearish. But, we ended up making a 4-hour gap here below us. Flip to the 1-hour time frame, same as well here. So just going to open, I was pretty short-term bearish because we were still holding this SMT from yesterday, and we ended up inversing this 15-minute pre-market, and I'd actually marked this out right here, this 15-minute, and I just kind of figured that we would deliver lower. That's actually exactly what we did. Didn't end up taking that, but ended up delivering lower into this 4-hour gap that I'd marked out. We make a 5-minute above, so this is considered a MEC model. We had low resistance liquidity built up pre-market, 9:30, didn't manipulate anything. On ES, it kind of manipulated, well, not kind of, it did manipulate into this 5-minute above here. Don't think it was a 15-minute, but it was a 15-minute. I don't care what ES does all the time. I traded NASDAQ, NQ, okay, so I don't care. Came to the 4-hour, we had a really V-shaped reaction. One of my people in my Discord pointed out, yeah, we didn't tap this pretty discounted 15-minute. I don't really care about that. Maybe to make it like an A++ trade, or just A+ in general. But we ended up hitting this 4-hour, getting a 2-minute inversion, and I was happy with this. Maybe next time we take this trade, pump up, hit this 5-minute, and then we ended up taking the sell side. That's kind of what I figured would maybe happen, but we tagged this 4-hour, had a super V-shaped reaction out of it, and I was just wrong. I was just completely wrong on the day. So that was that. We ended up making a couple 15-minute gaps then. Couple 15-minute gaps. And we were kind of just sideways for quite a long time. Also, we had this set of equal lows from yesterday that eventually got hit, and I was saying I'm still wanting to get long here. We're still inside of this 4-hour imbalance, and if we get a super good trade, V-shaped reaction, I'm in this. But we had these equal lows from yesterday at this 15-minute gap. So I'm not going to take a long unless we take these out. End up chopping, get good manipulation. This looks really good. I was ready to take this trade. We had a 1-minute inversion here and a 2-minute, but delivery was just bad today, and no inversion, not taking the trade. But this would have been A++ easily. And then I was saying if we do end up manipulating these lows, then I'll be willing to hop in long here. We don't even have an SMT with ES. We did the same thing, and we end up getting a V-shaped reaction after, you could say, we had like a 15-minute rejection block. You could say that we're rejecting out of. I don't trade like that, and we ended up eventually hitting TP, and there was actually there was a SMT at the 15 minutes, so it would have been out of this trade right there. So yeah, that's that. Pretty clean day today, price action wise. But after this trade, obviously I didn't take anything else because there was nothing else to take. I wasn't willing to take anything. If this trade would have had a resweep of this low, take out the sell side, a little AMD accumulation here, manipulate these lows, get a V-shaped reaction just like we did here. You can see we come down, we kind of accumulate here, chop it around for a little bit. We do end up inversing this 1 minute, faking people out, thinking that they're flipping order flow. Nope. Anybody who took this 1 minute inverse, they got cooked by these equal lows. We ended up punching through those equal lows, and we still get it failed swings to the upside, and then we finally get momentum. But I was trying my hardest not to just enter off of this 1 minute just momentum candle and just aim for a 1-to-1. It would have hit, but I don't trade like that. I trade inversions. Yeah, you could say, oh yeah, we held this 1 minute and got a 1 minute inversion. No, it's just horrible. And ES was just trading a bit higher at the time. But yeah, so far to start the week, I've had a break-even trade, and then this was a half-size loss. I didn't go full size because I figured that, we're trading against this higher time frame SMT, and we had like barely tapped the 4 hour. But main goal for tomorrow, or tonight most likely, is something like this. We didn't make SMT at the low. Oh yeah, perfect. Inverse every single 1 hour leg in here. Honestly, we might even hit this before market closes today, but something like that. But it'd be really nice if we could leave this sell side liquidity for tomorrow. But yeah, that's the recap for today.